My name's Adam. I'm the PR coordinator for ABandOfBrothers Brighton. So I've been in this role for a year, and my intention for being in this role is just to make ABandOfBrothers Brighton more visible, socials, and just get us more connected with the community. So I joined ABandOfBrothers 3 years ago. Spoke to Craig. I didn't know if I checked in as a young man or if I was an older man, but he was like, no, you're going through as a young man. And I'm not someone that's been in trouble with the criminal justice system, but I have had a lot of grief in my life. So my mum died when I was 15. My sister died in a war zone when I was 21. I just came to Craig with that, and he was like, yeah, well, there's a lot of ways in which we can help with that. In ABandOfBrothers, we do grief and we do grieving together. That's something that's really changed my life, I think. The work that we do with anger is something that was really, really transformative for me. Having a space where we can express, men of ABandOfBrothers can express that anger and be witnessed. In my experience, when anger is expressed in its truest form and it's not got shame or all these other things around it, and you see why someone is that angry and they're letting it out, I see where that's coming from. But also for me, it's I'm able to express that in a healthy way rather than it being punching a wall. I don't know if I've ever been in a fight, but I could see why it would lead to that if I didn't have the means to deal with it. Dealing with that anger and then realizing, fuck, I'm actually in pain. I'm in a lot of pain and this anger makes sense. It's okay that I'm feeling this angry and it's okay that I'm in pain. It's helped me discover more about myself, where that was coming from. And a lot of it was just, grief around my sister just leaving us, basically. For me, being in ABandOfBrothers, it gave me a lot of confidence, whereas before I was it felt like a shameful thing to be a man. Why have I got all this anger? There's so much about toxic masculinity of men are bad. And maybe that's the way that I was reading it. But I mean, you hear it said and it's sort of well, actually I'm a man. And being in that space where men are being honest and kind and loving to each other, I'm that is what being a man is. That kindness, that lovingness, that support. And it sort of was oh, actually, I'm getting messages that are really positive around being a man, and that's something that I can strive to be. In ABandOfBrothers, I have loads of role models that I aspire to be when I get older. Hopefully I'll be in ABandOfBrothers and I can be that elder who's giving that support and that kindness to a younger man when I'm older. My dad's a really nice man. My dad's a lovely man. Was there for me when I was a kid, read me stories, just yeah, so I have a lot of positive regard for him, and sort of I have a really good role model in him. And then being in ABandOfBrothers and being surrounded by people like Craig, we've got plenty of them in ABandOfBrothers. I think experiencing grief, losing my mum when I was 15 and sort of losing that support that I had, and then my whole family unit just splitting up, and suddenly it felt like it was just me, and that's hard. I felt like I had this really cohesive family unit, and then suddenly my mum was dead. I'm on my own, and I think I've struggled with that my whole life, for sure. Yeah. ABandOfBrothers, we do grief together. We do grieving together. So I've been able to process some of that sadness, instead of having it inside me, being able to grieve openly. And yeah, let it out, because it's heavy. Some of that stuff is pretty heavy.